Hello and welcome to English Parliamentary News. I am Dadi Ramadan. In this edition, we'll present all the latest and interesting information around the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia. The House of Representatives supports the government's decision to reopen Islamic boarding schools in green zones by tightening the protocol of health.
Vice Chairman of Commission 8 of the House, MARWAN asserts regulatory policies divided by zones are good, but the health protocols must be implemented as well. MARWAN also demands the government to facilitate the rapid test and provide vitamin supplies for teachers in Islamic boarding schools.
Kehadiran di pondok ini harus dipastikan dalam keadaan sehat. Siapa yang bisa menyatakan itu dalam keadaan sehat? Tentu ada yang akan melaksanakan pemerintah. Kami berharap sendiri di Komisi 8, pemerintah hadir untuk membantu pesantren sebagai lembaga pendidikan yang sudah mengakar.
MARWAN asserts education budget allocation to facilitate teaching and learning activities in boarding school in the new normal era is still inadequate. Furthermore, related to joint decree of 4 ministers assigned by the Minister of Education and Culture, Minister of Religious Affairs, Minister of Health, and Minister of Home Affairs regarding to the guideline for organizing new learning during the pandemic still need to be verified, still need to be reviewed to ensure the safety of students.
Ada komitmen pemerintah memberikan afirmasi terhadap pesantren sekitar 2,3 triliun untuk new normal kembali mengaktifkan pesantren. Ya, saya pikir jauh dari kebutuhan. Rapid test aja untuk menghadirkan anak santri nggak cukup. Kami coba lihat oret-oretan pemerintah sebelum disampaikan di komisi, itu akan dibagi.
Ayu Kristio and Sabchat, TVA Parliament Report.
Vice Chairman of Commission 2 of the House, SAAN MUSTOPA, conveys additional budget for the simultaneous election of 2020 allocated to the health protocol for the implementation of the local election amidst to the COVID-19 pandemic.
SAAN MUSTOPA says the additional budget for local election has been agreed upon by the Parliament, Ministry of Home Affairs, and the election organizers. This addition will be allocated to facilitate and implement health measures in the next stages of the local simultaneous election. He adds, this is to prioritize the health of all voters and the election organizers.
Terkait dengan soal anggaran biaya pilkada, itu semua sudah ajuan tambahan 4,7 triliun, itu kan sudah disepakati. Dan bulan ini dicairkan 1,2 sekian triliun, itu dicairkan. Tapi perlu juga dicatat bahwa jadi dengan tahap pertama dicairkan 1 triliun lebih dengan anggaran yang sudah ada dalam situasi normal, tentu menurut saya sudah memadai.
SAAN MUSTOPA hopes the first stage of the simultaneous local election in 2020 can be resumed immediately, especially after the first stage of the budget has been disbursed. Previously, the Parliament and the government have agreed to increase the 2020 regional election budget by 4.7 trillion rupiah.
Tentu keselamatan itu kan menjadi penting, baik penyelenggara maupun pemilih. Nah, maka terkait dengan soal bagaimana jaminan keselamatan mereka, maka Komisi 2 meminta kepada KPU dan pemerintah untuk secara ketat menggunakan setiap tahapan itu dengan protokol kesehatan COVID-19.
Afi Rian and Sabchat, TVA Parliament Report.
Member of Commission 1 of the House appreciates the brave action of the Garuda contingent for United Nations Interim Forces in Lebanon, or UNIFIL, who are facing a conflict between the Lebanese and the Israeli army.
Member of Commission 1 of the House, SYAIFUL ANSHORI, appreciate the Indonesian army in Lebanon. SYAIFUL asserts everything is already in line with the United Nations procedures and these troops serving in Lebanon deserve a promotion.
Sehingga TNI itu menjadi satu kekuatan yang disegani. Alhamdulillah itu ya. Ini bagi saya itu nggak terlalu mengagetkan. Karena memang TNI sangat dikagumi oleh negara lain.
SYAIFUL BAHRI continues, this is not the first time the Indonesian Army performs a heroic action. These members who were assigned as UN peacekeepers had been given a special training before carrying out the mission, including in Lebanon.
Kalau sudah masuk di sana di Lebanon itu ya berarti dia mewakili PBB, bukan mewakili negara masing-masing lah ya. Namanya peacekeeping ya. Negara perdamaian, penjaga perdamaian di dunia. Lah itu. Jadi TNI itu harus di belakang, di atas payung hukum. Dan sembarangan lah ya.
The number of Indonesian soldiers assigned in Garuda contingent consists of 1,254 personnel, while those serving in the Blue Line Lebanon-Israel 1 company. Blue Line area has a length of around 400 kilometers, which is guarded by the United Nations peacekeeping forces from various countries. Andri and Septia, TVA Parliament report.
Commission 10 of the House pushes the realization of education cost incentives amid the COVID-19 pandemic, since many parents have lost their livelihoods.
Speaking after the plenary session in Nusantara building of the House, Jakarta, member of Commission 10 of the House, LEDIA HANIFA AMALIAH asserts the academic activities can still run effectively using distance learning method. However, education cost incentive from government must be realized on time. She hopes the government can play an active role in providing education to students through public televisions and radio broadcast content, as well as collaborating with educational volunteers and communities.
Hanya 6% di Indonesia kota kabupaten yang zona hijau, sehingga tentu kita tidak boleh memaksakan. Yang tadinya sudah mulai orange, ada yang sudah balik lagi ke merah, jadi nggak boleh nekat. Pertama harus memastikan protokol kesehatannya, jangan sampai kemudian sekolah jadi klaster baru. Berikutnya kalau mereka menggunakan kendaraan umumnya juga sejauh mana keamanannya.
LEDIA HANIFA affirms the government also needs to provide assistance to private schools at all levels of education to help with schools' operation and teacher salaries in order to prevent financial crisis.
Sekolah-sekolah harus menyiapkan bagaimana mereka mengatur kehadirannya, mengatur kurikulumnya, bagaimana pembelajaran itu sebagian mendapatkan pengajaran yang sifatnya daring atau jarak jauh, atau juga kemudian mereka melakukannya secara tatap muka. Penugasan juga harus dibicarakan dengan orang tua, karena bagaimanapun meskipun SMP SMA sudah besar, tetapi harus difikirkan tugas-tugas yang harus dilakukan.
Ajib Antemi, TVA Parliament report.
The Committee for Inter-Parliamentary Cooperation of the House, or BKSAP DPR RI, hopes the European Union policy that prohibit Indonesian CPO can be resolved in peaceful manners, considering that millions of Indonesian CPO farmers depend on the exports.
Chairman of the Indonesian House Parliamentary Friendship Group, or GKSB, of Indonesia and European Union, ANDREAS SUSETYO, says Parliament plays an important role to increase diplomacy through this Parliamentary Friendship Group, which consists of 102 parliaments. He further hopes cooperation between Indonesia and the European Union will get even closer in order to ensure the interests of both parties in various sectors, including the Indonesian CPO.
Jumlah petani yang begitu besar dan merupakan eksportir kita yang nomor satu. Sepakat juga bahwa ini untuk salah satu yang kita akan menjembatani dalam hubungan people to people tadi, antar parlemen ya.
ANDREAS SUSETYO conveys the Ministry of Trade has submitted an application for establishment of a panel regarding European Union restrictive policy lawsuit against palm oil commodities in EU Renewable Energy Directive to WTO. The application of the policy is related to palm oil ban used as biofuels basic ingredient.
Mereka menyatakan concern terhadap masalah lingkungan hidup, environment. Nah, ini yang mungkin kita perlu nanti duduk bersama untuk menjelaskan bahwa sebetulnya bagaimana kelapa sawit itu dikembangkan tanpa istilahnya mempunyai dampak yang besar terhadap lingkungan.
Ayu and Dodi TVA Parliament report.
Commission 7 of the House demands the government and Pertamina to review the plan to eliminate premium and Pertalite fuel communities' welfare to improve.
Speaking after the meeting with the Minister of Energy and Mineral Resources in Nusantara 1 building of the House, Vice Chairman of Commission 7 of the House, RAMSON SYAGIAN says premium branded gasoline is only targeted for the lower middle class community. He asserts premium elimination can cause problems since the impact of COVID-19 pandemic continues to expand, especially in the sector of economy. Therefore, subsidy policies must go through consideration so that it is right on target and not burdening the state-owned enterprises.
Jangan meminimalisir ketersediaan Pertalite dan premium, apalagi Pertalite sebenarnya sudah cukup harganya udah keekonomian juga ya. Kalau nanti semua harus setara Pertamax itu terlalu tinggi buat masyarakat.
Member of Commission 7 of the House, Sartono says Pertamina must study the diversion of subsidized fuel deeply so the decisions are not burdening to the community and right on target.
Ya, kita saya pikir akan ada rapat dengar pendapat, kita akan sampaikan untuk menanyakan langsung gitu perihal rencana itu. Apakah betul menyangkut tentang undang-undang lingkungan hidup? Apakah karena juga selama ini program-program yang satu harga akhirnya memberikan dampak hutang atau kerugian yang luar biasa? Nah, ini kan hitung-hitungan manajemennya bagaimana.
Amita and Teddy, TVA Parliament report.
Vice Speaker of the House AZIS SYAMSUDDIN, Sufmi Dasko Ahmad and Rahmat Gobel welcomes the National Alliance Against Communism in the third floor of Nusantara building of the House, Senayan, Jakarta.
Vice Speaker of the House Aziz Samsudin says the House Vice Speakers have discussed with the representative of protesters and has accepted the recommendation given by the alliance. They want the Bill of Pancasila Ideology Guidelines, or known as HIP Bill, not to be rediscussed at the House. Aziz Samsudin conveys the government through the Coordinating Ministry for Political, Legal and Security Affairs has stated to end the discussion of this bill. Therefore, the House will follow up the proposal from ulama and community leaders accordance to the rule and mechanism in the House through leadership meetings, deliberation body meetings, and then to be brought to the plenary session.
Kalau pemerintah tidak kirim kan berarti stop. Ya, tinggalkan masalah pasal tadi yang disampaikan oleh Aliansi Nasional. Tentu kita akan melalui mekanisme. Mekanisme gimana? Kita harus melihat rekaman, notulensi dari naskah akademis sesuai Undang-Undang 12 tahun 2019, 2011 itu harus kita lihat semuanya.
Aziz Samsudin says the House speakers will review the controversial articles in the direction of Pancasila ideology about Ekasila and Trisila, which have become the subject of discussion in the community. The inputs from Habaib ulama and community leaders will be absorbed, and the House is committed to stop the discussion of this bill.
Ini masukan-masukan yang berkaitan pasal-pasal kontroversial tadi disampaikan oleh teman-teman dari Habaib dan Tuan Guru dan tokoh masyarakat berkaitan dengan pasal 5, ayat 1 dan pasal 7 kita akan menjadi suatu catatan yang underline dan berkomitmen, insya Allah ini kita akan stop.
Rahim Nugraha and Septia TVA Parliament report.
And that rounds up this edition of English Parliamentary News. On behalf of all the crew of TV Parliament, we would like to thank you for your attention, and we'll meet again in the next edition of English Parliamentary News. From me, Eddy Ramadan, once again, thank you for watching and goodbye.